Hey, welcome. Today we're jumping into a topic that, let's be real, affects so many of us, overthinking. We're going to break down what it is, where it really comes from, and most importantly, how you can actually break free from that endless cycle. Okay, let's dive right in.
So does this sound familiar to you? You get one thought, then another, and pretty soon you're just spinning in circles, replaying the same exact worries over and over again. It kind of feels like your brain is a broken record, and you just cannot find the off switch.
To get started, we really need to understand a super important distinction. You see, there's a very fine line between productive thinking, the kind that actually solves problems, and that destructive loop of overthinking that just spins on them. So let's break that difference down.
At its core, normal thinking is actually really simple. It's all about having a goal. Imagine for a second you're planning a party. You're thinking about the food, the decorations, the guest list, all with the goal of creating an awesome experience. That right there, that's productive, solution-focused thought.
Overthinking, on the other hand, well, that's when that whole process just gets completely derailed. Instead of moving towards a solution, you just get stuck. You're not making any decisions, you're just replaying anxieties and a million what-ifs with absolutely no forward momentum. It's basically a mental traffic jam. And here's that difference in action. Normal thinking asks, what can I do to make this great? See, it's constructive. Overthinking asks, what if I fail? It's totally rooted in all these negative possibilities, and it just puts you in a state of paralysis, not preparation. You can feel that shift in focus, right?
But if overthinking isn't really about finding solutions, then what is it actually about? I mean, what's driving that relentless cycle of worry? Let's get to the real core of the issue. And there it is, plain and simple. At its heart, overthinking is a response to fear. It's not a logic problem, it's an emotional one. And this right here is the absolute most crucial thing to grasp if you want to break the cycle.
And this isn't some vague, abstract fear we're talking about. It's usually one of these very specific anxieties. The fear that people will judge you, the fear of disappointing others, the fear of rejection, or just that simple fear of making a mistake. Do any of those sound a little familiar?
In a way, your brain actually has good intentions. It's wired for survival, and it sees uncertainty as a threat it needs to solve. So it's trying to protect you by anticipating everything that could possibly go wrong. The problem is, it gets stuck there. It just fixates on the negative outcomes instead of focusing on how to find a positive solution. It's like a protective instinct that has gone into total overdrive.
Okay, so now we know what overthinking is and where it comes from. Now for the most important part, what can we actually do about it? Let's get into our practical toolkit of strategies you can actually use.
Here are 4 simple but really powerful techniques you can use to interrupt that overthinking loop the second you notice it happening. Think of these as your personal escape routes from that mental spin cycle. First up, move your body. Seriously. If you're stuck in a loop of thoughts while you're lying in bed or sitting at your desk, physically get up and change your surroundings. Go for a walk, step outside, or even just move to a different room. This physical shift can create a really powerful mental shift.
But what if you can't get up and move? Maybe you're in a meeting or on a bus or something. Well, the next strategy is to change your internal environment. Actively divert your attention. Put on some music. Focus on a specific little task, or just intentionally think about something else entirely.
Okay, this next one is a total game changer. Write it down. Take out a pen and paper, or hey, open a note on your phone and just write down every single thought that's racing through your head. The act of writing actually forces your brain to slow down and organize all that chaos. A lot of the time, just seeing it on paper helps you move from worrying to problem solving.
And finally, here's a technique that puts you back in control. Instead of letting your worries run your whole day, you schedule them. You literally tell yourself, okay, I see you thought, but right now is not the time. I'll deal with you from 3:30 to 4 p.m. This acknowledges the worry without letting it take over, and it gives you permission to focus on other things.
Now, these tools can be incredibly effective, but sometimes overthinking is just more persistent, and we might need a little more support to find our way out. And that's perfectly okay.
If you've tried these strategies and you still feel stuck, just remember that there is a clear path forward. Seeking professional help is never a sign of weakness. It's actually a really powerful step toward understanding and healing.
A therapist can work with you to uncover the deeper root causes of your specific fears and those thought patterns. They can give you personalized guidance and solutions to help you break the cycle for good. You really don't have to figure all this out on your own. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. You have the power to choose where you put your focus.
Of all the thoughts spinning around in your mind, what is just one that you can decide to let go of right now, today?